Welcome back to our community, Sabo Say A Lot, where we grow food to eat and increase our food security chances. Okay, we're going to get into it with regrowing sweet potato slips. There's a process, and in my video, Regrow Red Onions, I showed the sweet potatoes, so I have a picture of how I first started the sweet potatoes before they had all of these wonderful roots on them. And the process that we're going to take with these sweet potato slips, you see how high this sweet potato slip got? Oh yeah, there's going to be more than one slip that will grow you multiple sweet potatoes. So let me show you how they first started growing, and then we'll go forward on the second process of the sweet potato slips. Now that the sweet potatoes have been in water and they've produced these wonderful sweet potato slips, look how long this one actually is. Look at that. Woohoo! So I'm just going to clip it down lower. I've already sterilized my scissors because you don't want to do that because you don't want to introduce any bacteria into your sweet potato slips. We're going to remove these for now because this is not what we're focused on, but we will replant these ivories, delicious basil plants. Look at that. See the roots? And this was only cut like 5 days ago. Sweet potato plants are different than potatoes, where potatoes you actually bury the potato with the root on sweet potatoes. Now I did make a video that's going to be listed in the description of my first sweet potato harvest and the regrow food from food, which these sweet potatoes are store-bought sweet potatoes. I've done it before, so on my first sweet potato harvest, you'll get to see that it does work, and you'll see the amount of sweet potatoes I got from just a few slips. Put the sweet potato slips in water. These are called slips after they've grown up and have roots, and you cut those off and stick them in water so they can separately root. That's why I say always save your jars. When you get a glass jar, they're almost invaluable. So having multiple size jars are a plus. And each one of these slips will give you multiple sweet potatoes. And when you get the sweet potatoes that like the roots are already grown on them, well, that's kind of a plus. Like, twist it off. No, I may even decide to regrow this today, even though as I tear them apart, there's roots on this one, which isn't that very large, and this one that doesn't have a lot of true leaves. I'm just going to eliminate some of the roots, because sometimes the roots can kind of die off. It's just too much, you don't want too much roots. They'll still live. I'm even cutting the roots with a sharp knife. Sharp scissors. This is a scissor, not a knife. I might just start these two. And because this doesn't really have a lot of large leaves, and for photosynthesis, you want to make sure the leaves are just a bit bigger than these small leaves. This is absolutely perfect. And having them in your home, aren't they beautiful? Check this out. Garlic. It was a sleeve of garlic, and I'm not using it fast enough, So as you can see, this one's starting to spout. So guess what? That's going to go in soil. And the bulbs within will make multiple garlic. But we'll do that another day. I always like to have 2/3 of the sweet potato below soil. And I think that gives you the best results. As this one, if you'll notice, it's basically 2/3. Please, not less than a half to get the maximum value out of your sweet potato slips. So let's go on outside and we'll plant. And if you're wondering ways to eat the sweet potatoes, I have a video, step-by-step sweet potato pie. I'm going to list in the description. And as time goes on, I'll make some candy sweet potatoes and show you how to make roasted sweet potatoes. So subscribe to the channel so that you can get information on how to use the food that we're growing. And out we go. Hi everyone, so we made it outside and we're going to go ahead and replant. I just want to let you know it's because all I want is everything, 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 everything. Woo! We're going to have some fun today. We're not going to be boring. We're going to enjoy the process because it's not a marathon. It's a journey. Hey, let's have fun with it. These are the sweet potato slips that already had the root on it. Instead of planting the other vegetables, I decided let's just go ahead and do these slips. I put in a layer of topsoil, then I put in a layer of my compost down below, and another layer of the topsoil. But I need to bring it up just a little bit higher for these sweet potatoes. And even though they're very small, I'm putting them in this pot because it will give them room to spread. And it's going to give you more. It might be 2 slips in here, but it's going to give you more sweet potatoes than 2. Out of these leaves, it's miraculous. Come on, let's do it. We're going to go ahead and put this soil in. And it's as simple as that. This soil, not considering my compost, is regular topsoil, peat moss, and perlite. That's my magic potion. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get it a little higher. I like to leave a little space too, like about an inch or so above the pot. I'm stooping down because I want to do the twist. Hey! All you old schools know about the twist. All you young schools know about, hey, hey, hey. We're going to have fun. We're going to go ahead and stick this down in the soil. This is a sweet potato slip that has more leaves on it. But look at those roots. They are fully developed. That means they can go down in this soil. And you know, food security is big right now. The price of food is astronomical. So one way to solve that problem is to grow your own food. You know, people think that everything's going to be okay all the time. Yeah, it might be. But what if it's not? What if what you're putting in your food is that you're buying in the store is not as healthy as growing it yourself? Now this only has 1 leaf on it, so I'm really taking a big chance, but look at those roots. If those roots do what I think they're going to do, we're going to be all right. So I'm going to succession grow because I do have those other sweet potato slips that are inside that's going to come out. I don't think it's going to even take more than 2 weeks before they're viable to go ahead and lay them in the ground. You really can't see it right now. Let me go ahead and lean it forward so you can see I'm putting in those 2 rooted sweet potato slips. I'm going to throw some more dirt around it. And family, it's easy. It's easy as that. And I came up with an idea of something that I can do that will really grow the growing community, because people are not really growing on the levels they should be. We all should be exploring growing items that we can eat. Now, I might use these this summer, but you know what? It's a year-long thing. So growing in succession means you grow this crop, sweet potatoes, you plant another sweet potato pot a couple of weeks later, and they harvest time after time after time, and you let them cure so you constantly have food. And my ideal is to have it all year long. So let's see what we can do. So we got that going. Got all the soil in there. Let me add a little bit more dirt. I call it dirt, but it's not dirt, it's soil, because dirt actually comes from the ground, which isn't a bad thing saying dirt, but you can add to your natural habitat soil and add other soil with peat moss and vermiculite, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, and the perlite, and make it a whole lot better and nutritious. And I have water. I'm gonna go ahead and soak that in. Guess what? Bam! We're done.